Slept really good last night. Didn't even hear the city from my window, which might be if I crashed. But we are on our way to the New York Transit Museum. Let's go. So this museum documents the beginning of the subway. There's the spade made by Tiffany that Robert Van Wyck used to dig it the first little bit. But what most people don't know is there was actually a subway before that was kind of made illegally by Mr. Beach. He got permission to make a mail tube, but he didn't want to be able to. He wanted to make a kind of a subway system using those vacuum tubes, kind of like you see at the museum. I mean, not the museum, but the bank. And he made one that just went a block, but it was made in secret. No one knew about it. And so he actually technically made the first subway, but it didn't catch on enough to where he could get authorization of it.
See? Here, look. They're building it. They're taking the dirt out. 1903년도에.
So now we're moving into the part that talks about like the daily parts of the subway and all that, but I want to talk about opening morning for the subway. So the opening morning when the subway was first day, the mayor at the time, the mayor of Manhattan, was giving a speech and all that, and he was supposed to ceremoniously start the first ride, and he was supposed to hand it over to the conductors. However, he didn't. He continued driving it. He actually got it up to 45 miles per hour, which I Googled to learn. The average is 17 miles an hour for a subway. They can get up to 55, but the average is 17. And so he kept going and got to 45 and then finally relinquished control and let them take over. But yeah, which obviously could have ended in disaster with those rickety subway cars that they first started. Here's a ticket chopper that they used at first. You used to have to buy tickets. So you would drop your nickel or your dime, and move through. Here's a picture of the token machine. The token machine actually started when they went up to 15 cents, so you could still drop 1 cent, 1 coin instead of a dime and a nickel. So they made the subway tokens, and there's been several different ones, but of course everyone knows the iconic Y subway token. There's another turnstile you would drop your coin in and move through. So this one is called the Iron Maiden, and it's very familiar to some people that have been on the subway with those turnstile ones, but you would put your coin in, enter it, and it was one of the first non-attended subway turnstiles. So this is the Duncan DC. Apparently it's the first electric turnstile, and it was supposed to be for subway tokens or coins, but they had to, it was only installed in one place, at 34th Street and 8th Avenue. But they got rid of it once they found out too many slugs and washers and stuff instead of the coins. Metro card, which is sadly going away. I was actually able to get one for this trip. There's David Bowie. But yeah, they're getting rid of the Metro card, moving to the Omni card. So I was glad I was able to get one last Metro card before they went away. So these are slugs. These were coins that were used to avoid paying fares. The little writing before talks about slug suckers, though. They would put like cardboard or paper in front of the thing, and then they would suck it out when someone was like, "It's not working," which is just revolting and gross and germs. And here are the subway tokens that were used.
Yeah.
There's an old booth where you would either get your tokens or your tickets or whatever the case may be. There are some fare boxes, like this first one is for the horse trolleys that used to go around, the horse cars. Then once we started to get into buses and streetcars, and then more modern ones today. So here you would go. They could, I'm assuming this is how they would get the fare tickets. I don't really know. There's nothing explaining it. Here are some pictures of the subways. When the subways were first built, they were supposed to be like really pretty, like, because people were afraid to go underground. There was worries about would there be enough air, the air was poisoned, whatnot. So they tried to make it look as nice as possible so that people wouldn't like freak out and they would actually want to come underground. Old Bleecker Street plaque from 1904, and they have it where you can actually touch it, which is a little weird, but you can touch a piece of history, part of the old subway system. An old subway model that was from 1948. Subway cars that would be then, pretty and shiny. Apparently Transit Authority had a marching band. There was an outfit. I didn't even know they had a marching band, but that's kind of funny. It's nice looking. Different badges and hatches by the Transit Authority. And the hat. The Subway Sun. They have a lot of different art posted around here. Subway Sun was posters set up to look like newspapers, and they are supposed to include like manners and cleanliness and all that nice stuff. So these are some of the artworks. They're actually kind of cute. I kind of wish they would bring them back. These are bus routes. But what I really like is, look at all the cars. Look at them all. They have like all these models of cars. have a room back here where you can like store your scooters, because there's a lot of kids playing around. I try not to get too many kids. But they have all these old subway signs and bus signs and all that fun stuff back here. This little room's also kind of quiet back here. An old bus route sign that they would hang, make a turn. Bus tickets and identification cards for people working on transit. Back out to the main area, they have like those little signs and all that you see on the subway. Posters. Sorry, I just had to show this real quick because it kind of caught my attention. There was a issue with the Williamsburg train between April and September 1999. So this information here is put in Yiddish for the Brooklyn Yiddish speakers. It just caught my eye. I wasn't expecting it. Here's something cool. Before the subway, the idea to get people around the city was the elevated railroad. So they would literally put, as you can see, railroads up in the air, and you would have to climb up to the car and then get on it. And there was actually several running up and down 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 7th Avenue, I believe. There was several avenues that they ran up and down. But then it was too much of a hassle. You still couldn't get around the city very well. So then the subway idea started to come in. Seen that one. Seen that. Seen that. Seen that. Lion King. Seen Book of Mormon. Seen Hamilton. Seen MJ. Seen Angela.
Thank you.
In Stuttgart, where I was stationed outside Stuttgart, I went to a little nightclub.
Rosie, stand up. Can I do this? Can I do this with you? She did this. She's so patient. Deuteronomy here from past. They have the original costume.
Oh, that's very cool because he's my favorite.
Oh my god, are you in?
Yes. Rosie, take this picture for me.
On me.
On my phone, on my phone.
No, I can't. I should point it out.
Oh. I'll get rid of the shadows.
Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes.
Because I always tell people you want to go like higher.
You wanna go higher.
And kind of so fast that number go like, but you didn't have to do it.
This phone is, and it's better on the screen too. Like once they start sharing it, it looks better.
Relax, don't wanna be so still. Please stop, don't get me stop. You're in the band. Hey, I breathe like a bass.
I gotta get a better camera. Alright, girls.
Your expertise. Music, let your mind expand. You're in the band. Look at this hand and try to work out the beat. We turn up the heat. And that, stuff it like that. And that. Yo. Got a couple of movies. I need someone on tech who wants to be security. Check. Being a manager, is it something you could swing? Holding you in charge of the whole damn thing. They got a band.
Perfect. I love that. So yeah, this is my son right
Mr. Sweeney full command. I'm in the band, I'm in the band, I'm in the band, in the band, I'm in the band. Oh, look at that. I want to be Harry. I guess I gotta sit down. The glasses don't look bad. Just the hair. The scar doesn't even look bad. Just the hair. Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waiting through a window. Try to speak but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching, waving, waving. Alright, so I am back from Masquerade. It was amazing. I got Hugh Pinero, who is one of my big Broadway 3. I always wanted to meet him and hear him sing, and I think I mentioned previously that I have been cursed, but I'm happy to report the curse has been broken. It was just fantastic. It felt like walking into the show. It was amazing. I cried twice. It was just spectacular. I did get some things, so I got this sticker. This is the sticker they use to cover your phone. I stuck it on the back of, they had a Phantom out, so they did, like, you know how they do normal playbills. I got the free mask that they give everyone, and then I of course got the play bill, I guess you could call it, that they use. Yeah, I did not get to meet Hugh Pinero. I sat there all night until they were throwing us out, because I wanted him to sign. Hugh Pinero is the reason I got into Broadway. On YouTube, I saw a bootleg of Lestat the musical, and I fell in love, and I asked my friend who was into musicals at the time what was a good musical, just to make sure. I was like, maybe I do like musicals, maybe it's just that one musical. And she showed me Phantom of the Opera, and I fell in love, and now I'm a major theater nerd. And so I actually have, and I might go stand outside tomorrow at Stage Door. They have a door that's outside, and I might go stand out there. If I can get down there in time. But I actually have a Lestat playbill that I was hoping to get him to sign, but he didn't come out. So maybe I'll stalk there. But it was a great day. It was just a wonderful... Oh, and I got... This was my mask I wore, by the way. I got a hat from there. It was really the only thing I liked. It's a hat. It says "Sing for Me" on the front, and then on the back it just has Masquerade. So yeah, it was just the perfect ending to a day. Really, it was a great day. I went to the New York Transit Museum. That was a great museum. If you know someone that loves trains or buses or anything like that, it's a great museum. I'm just a history buff, so it wasn't like I read everything. I didn't read everything. But I did walk up and down all the trail cars. I probably won't put those in the video because they are so many. There's so many. But you can walk up and down. I loved looking at the old ads. They have that, and then they have like parts of old buses and all that. They really have a lot of amazing stuff there. Definitely worth a trip if you were in the city, I think, even if you're not like a major train person. I like history, but even it was just cool to see it all. Saw the Museum of Broadway. That was, of course, amazing. It was really cool how they have it set up where you walk through the different times of how as Broadway has evolved and everything like that, so you got to see it all as it evolved. And then the last exhibit where it was like how a musical is made and all that, that was very cool. Very interesting to see, like, you know, the behind the scenes stuff. Especially I love the stage managers thing, because any theater person knows the stage manager is king. The stage manager is the king. People think the director is. It's the stage manager. Even tells you how much of a theater nerd I am, and flashbacks of being a theater kid. As you're walking up the stairs to start the museum, they have just a little thing talking about, you know, practicing in the stairway and all that, and, you know, how they would say 5 minutes to places and all this kind of stuff. And literally one of the voices, so they have voices playing when you're walking up it, said places 5, and I immediately went, thank you, 5, because that's what we used to do in theater for the same thing. So it brought back memories. But all in all, it was a great day. I have the Statue of Liberty in the morning, 9 a.m. It'll be a treat. But I'll be able to go on I've never been in the Statue of Liberty, so that'll be fun. I'm hoping to maybe take a trip into Central Park a little bit just to go see the Bethesda Fountain, and then also go to the Museum of Natural History and hit the Harry Potter store if I can make it. But again, I might go stand outside Lee's stage door and kind of see if maybe I can snag an autograph. But all in all, it was a great day. Made the trip. Literally, the whole trip was based off of going to see Masquerade. That's the reason I took it, and it was just fabulous. It was amazing. But I will see y'all tomorrow.